Good morning everyone, welcome back to another Carsexposed video. So today we have this Vauxhall Vectra 2008 Ecotec CDTi 1.9, I believe is 150 brake horsepower. I just put it on the ramp there. Still haven't got a 2-post lift, apparently it's coming at the end of the year. But we keep tracking, so we're gonna do a timing belt. So we've got a timing belt kit here, belt, tensioner, either pulley, and a water pump. So it's there, everything seems to be there. Got the gasket here. So that's what we've got today. So I'm just gonna jack it up this side, because obviously we're gonna have to remove the wheel, and then remove a couple things at the top here. Some work at the top now. I'm gonna have to remove the air filter housing. Right, will this filter housing just pull up? Yeah, I think so. You can see some rubber locators there. There we go, it's coming. There we go, lovely. Now I'm gonna remove this pipe, or just undo these 2 bolts here to get a timing tool inside here. Yeah, apologies, the camera moved. I didn't realize it. I normally put all the bolts back where it belongs, so it's easy to, well, you don't need to remember where they go, basically. Now we're gonna have to do this pipe to access the timing hole there for the cam, and should probably empty the coolant. All right, so on the right hand side here we have a little tap for the coolant, which is quite hard. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this pipe now. There we go. Right there. So we've got that pipe out of the way now, so we can remove that little cover. Maybe a 7 or 8, probably 8. Oh, it's an 8. Tell you what, it's not always like this, but there you go, just a little plug. So we can insert our timing tool. Right, so 15 for the drive belt tensioner. Right, belt is off. Belt doesn't look too bad, but I don't know if you noticed, there's a bolt here from the crankshaft pulley. It's pretty much all the way out. It walked out. So you do need to remove that one. The other one's like, yeah, so this one's someone forgotten to tighten that up. I'm probably going to remove the crankshaft pulley now. T50 seems to do the job here. There we go. That's one. It's probably a good idea to support the engine and drop a little bit. But maybe we can just do it here. It's not very tight. There we go. That's the other three. This is going to be easy to get out or not. Probably going to need some WD-40 there. So that comes off. Oh well. Some loft up there to see if that seems to be pretty stuck. All right, actually ask for it. That's coming. There we go. Lovely. See? Right. That's off. Alright, so now I have to remove the either pulley and the tensioner to be able to remove the bottom cover. This is a reverse Storks E14. That one seems to be stuck too. Should be. Everything is stuck in this car. Oh. Another one. Sorry guys. I think you can see there. So now we've got the tensioner. T55 I think will do. Try not to drop it this time. There you go. So I'm going to insert the timing tool for the cam first. And it's kind of like springy. So as it rotates the crank, it should pop out like in the right notch for piston, well, cylinder number 1, top dead center. So now we're going to turn the crank, and then we should hit click when it's in time. It sounded like it clicked. Sound like it clicked, but it's out of position. Let me just make sure, let me turn this just to make sure. Oh, I heard a click now. Now it's locked. Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. I remove the 10mm bolt here now. To insert our timing tool. So insert that in the hole there. And then this one goes over the crank. Put our nuts in. Now we put one of the bolts for the crank just to hold in place. That's gonna have to come off again for, you know, to take out the belt. But we're timed in. I probably just mark just in case something goes wrong, but I'm just gonna put some marks on a camshaft and on a crankshaft pulley. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm gonna use that white mark there. Okay, lovely. I don't think the fuel pump is critical, but I like to leave where it was before, so I don't think it's critical. This is out of line a little bit. That's better. That's cool. Underneath is all good. And we are good to go. I'll remove the engine mount. And a couple 16mm bolts. Now I have some reverse torques. E14. Shouldn't be very tight. So this bolt here is longer than the middle one. I think that's it. We'll take the ones at the top and then it should be ready to remove that cover. Alright, so we have all our time marks there now. We have the camshaft tool locking the camshaft. The high pressure pump is marked as well, but I don't think it's critical. And then we have our crank, which we did mark here as well. And yeah, so it's all locked in. Now we can undo our tensioner. I believe it's a 13mm, I believe. So we can do that. And then we have to remove our timing tool at the bottom to get the belt out and get the new belt in. It seems to be a 12mm. Yep. Right, so that's out of the way. Also, we have a new water pump to replace. But the belt is off. Just gonna remove the crank pulley holder now, and then we can do the water pump. should do the water pump now. Let's do the water pump now. So the water pump is a 6mm Allen key. There you go. Excellent. Now just gonna clean the surface of where the seal goes in the water pump. Just using a Scotch-Brite. It's really nice and clean, to be honest. Just getting the last bits off. Right, new pumper in. Got our gasket. There's a bit of a discussion about sealing. But I use a little bit of sealant behind because I want that gasket to stick to the pump. I don't have torque specs for this, but I guess tight is tight in this case. Right, that will do for me. Pump goes nice and freely. I'm going to undo the bottom of the crank holder, take it out, and then take this belt out, put a new belt in. I'm going to compare the two belts, just make sure it's the right size. Alright, the belt's off, but getting ahead of myself here, I have to remove this either pulley here, 22mm. There we go. I knew either pulley goes on. That's 50. Lovely. Right, let's take this crack and lock tool out. Don't need that anymore. Everything's torqued down or torqued up. Tensioner torqued up to 30 Newton meters, and the either pulley torqued up to 50. And let me show you. So at this point, everything is locked, but also the belt. If you can look at the belt, it has a mark there for the crank that corresponds to the crank marking there. And then our tensioner, I don't know if you're gonna be able to show you, but right here, right here, you have a little pin to lock the tensioner, and then the tensioner has to, there's an arrow that has to line up with the hole up here, which it is. I'll show you from the top. And up here, everything is lined up with the mark, apart from this one, because this one was out. You can see the line from the belt lining up with the fuel pump marking. And then this one's spot on and lines up with the belt and the mark on the camshaft as well. So that is all good. Water pump torqued up. Yeah. And that's either fully torqued up, everything ready to go. Ready to assemble everything. I mean, we're gonna turn the engine a couple times, remove the locking tool from here as well. Don't know, probably gonna have to take that out of the way. Probably gonna need a tool there to pull that out. And yeah, just turn the engine a couple times and make sure it doesn't hit anything, and then ready to put everything back. All right, so we have our camshaft locking tool removed. We have our crankshaft locking tool removed as well. Right, now we're gonna crank this engine a couple times. See if I can get the light in there. Right, so turn the engine over plenty of times so you can see our timing mark there. Then we go to the top. Our cam in line as well. Our fuel pump in line as well. And you just put everything back. So the tensioner is tensioner 2, 30 Newton meter. The idler 50. Everything is hunky-dory. We got our timing belt on the ball there. It seems a little bit off there, but it's because the position here. There you go. Our timing belt is right on. So put everything back and fill with coolant, and then start the engine. So I'll come back to show you that. All right, everyone. So run out of parts. So we've got all the old stuff in there, and everything is back in. I just got to put like a tag here for the cam belt change. Filled up the coolant. All the bolts torqued up here, even the one that was loose here on the crank pulley. And yeah, drive belt back up and ready to go. That doesn't seem to be leaking there on the valve. Where's the valve there? So there's no drips. Ooh. We're ready to start the engine. Sorry. Oh, it sounds good to me. There you go, no engine lights. All good. Just the brake lights on. So 139,471. So there you go, guys, job done. Lee actually picked it up the car, so I've got a Volkswagen here now to fix up the roof. And yeah, I hope I can do something with the edits. It felt a little bit all over the place for me. This tripod here is driving me crazy. Look how I use this tripod. It's a tripod with another tripod on the top, so it keeps falling, keeps moving. Just got to put the tools away. This car is coming out from here on Monday. I can't wait to get this car out of here. And that's it. I hope there's some good information here for you guys interested in this sort of work. It went pretty smoothly. It's not a very difficult cam belt to change, to be honest. Quite simple, especially having the timing kit. And yeah, I just torqued everything up. All the other pulleys are 50 Newton meters, and put everything back. It went pretty straightforward, and the car is all good. So I'd like to say thank you to Lee. Again, he was working next door and asked me to change the cam belt on this car. Apparently, a lot of the other guys didn't want to change it for some reason, difficult, or I don't know what it was, but he told me that no other guys wanted to change the cam belts. But thanks very much, Lee. Really appreciate it, mate. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, just leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.